Now, tomorrow is, of course, Good Friday, and for many in this state, the day has become synonymous with the appeal for the Royal Children's Hospital. The Good Friday appeal has raised $399 million for sick kids. Now, it all started back in 1931 when the Children's Hospital here in Melbourne looked like it was going to close. There were soaring costs and terrible overcrowding. Upon hearing this news, a group of Herald and Weekly Times journalists at the Sporting Globe decided to raise some money to help the hospital. They held a sports carnival and raised the princely sum of £427. They kept raising money year in, year out, and in 1942, Sir Keith Murdoch was instrumental in moving the appeal to Good Friday. And here we are, some 91 years later, the day keeps getting bigger and better, and no one works harder raising money for the hospital than my next guest. Penny Fowler is Chairman of the Herald and Weekly Times and Chairman of the Royal Children's Hospital Good Friday Appeal. Penny, welcome to the program. The hospital is so important to Melburnians, Victorians, Australians really, because children fly in from around the country for groundbreaking treatment, and that wouldn't be possible without the Good Friday Appeal.
Good Friday Appeal. No, it wouldn't, Rita. Thank you so much for having me on, Rita. But yes, it's incredible, the hospital. So many patients go there, so many sick children, and to think that we've been raising money since 1931, 91 years, it's an amazing day, I think, in Victoria, Australia. Everyone comes together to give what they can for the sick children, to raise as much money as we can.
Now, we know this money goes directly to things like the Children's Cancer Centre, it goes to research and equipment. It really is critical to the running of the hospital, isn't it?
It really is critical, and I think it also takes the hospital, our hospital, Children's Hospital, going from, a great hospital to the world's best hospital. And things like we have telehealth, and that's particularly post-COVID. Telehealth, 200,000 patients were seen last year, and a lot of the money from this year's appeal will go to enhance that telehealth experience and interact with more people. And same with the Children's Cancer Centre. Last year, 1,400 people went there. 300 children are diagnosed each year, and all this money we raise goes to initiatives like that, but also equipment, research, and just supporting whatever we can at the hospital.
And facilities for the sick children and their families as well. You spend a lot of time at the hospital. What's the spirit like there? Because it is a special place. Obviously, no one wants to be there. The last thing you want to have is a sick child, but when they're there, you know they're getting the very best care possible.
You really do, and I do spend a lot of time at the hospital. But every time I go there, Rita, I just think to myself, how fortunate are we to have such a world-class hospital here in Melbourne, Victoria, and also how fortunate are we that the Victorian community have supported the hospital and supported the Good Friday Appeal for 91 years to really make it what it is. It's got a really amazing feel when you go to the hospital. Obviously, it's also very heart-wrenching to see the patients, the families, and all the amazing staff and the frontline workers that help people there. It really is an incredible place, and we just have an amazing facility here.
And we're about to go past $400 million tomorrow, so that's a big milestone. And it all started back in 1931 with a sporting carnival.
I know, isn't that fantastic? With the sporting carnival, how ironic is that? Sports carnival raising sort of £427 in 1931 to now this day where we have, tomorrow after 2 years, this year we've had Run for the Kids, we've got Kick for the Kids Super Clash tomorrow. We've also got our Kids Day Out, which we're very excited is coming back at the Convention Centre, where we'll be getting hopefully about 50,000 people to come along or more. Everyone come along so that they can come and enjoy the Teddy Bear Hospital. We've got fresh fairs. We've got lots of activities on there. And then we also have all our people out in the streets, Rita.
Give generously when you see them.
And we've got QR codes on the top, tap to donate. Now, we've really contemporised ourselves.
So you can exciting. Just donate with your phone?
With your phone.
Oh, wow.
So that's fantastic.
that is. You've got no excuses now.
No excuse.
Don't say, I've got no change. You've got a tap facility now. Now, this is a huge day, obviously, for the state and for the hospital, but also for the Herald and Weekly Times, the staff, the volunteers. What does it mean to you personally?
Look, it means so much to me. I mean, I just am so grateful. All of our staff, so many volunteer. It's been part of the company since 1931. I mean, we started it, and I'm just so proud of us as a company. I mean, all the editors, the journalists, photographers, all the staff, all the stories that we tell through the papers and our mastheads. I just think it's incredible that our organisation and our company has been able to actually contribute and to help grow the appeal over all these years.
And there is that beautiful synergy too, because if it wasn't for the newspapers, you wouldn't have Victorians hearing about these stories and the children and the need and being motivated to give a little bit more.
Exactly.
And everyone's so generous.
Everyone's so generous. And really the essence of it, though, Rita, is everyone giving whatever they can. Every little bit. We're a community fundraising appeal, and we love every Victorian, every Australian, everywhere just to give us a little bit. A little bit adds up to being a lot of money. And we have fantastic, we have fantastic media partners. Obviously, the Herald and Weekly Times. We also have great radio. We have Channel 7, Sky News. All these fantastic organisations helping us to raise awareness and encourage people just to dig deep each year and give what they can.
Absolutely. It's just a special part of the year. Penny Fowler, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
And thank you so much, Rita.